Protests at the university today, and for more on the protests, we're now joined by our political reporter Aldrin Sampear. Aldrin, a very good afternoon to you. Do give us the latest on the students' protests at Fort Hare.
Well, good afternoon, Alicia. We're coming live to you outside the Fort Hare University, but this specifically where we're standing right now is the Alice campus, and as you've indicated earlier on that there have been protests that started earlier this morning. We're speaking to some of the students who are part of this protest, and they said that the protest in actuality started around about Monday evening. That's when they started to mobilize everybody to be out in the numbers on Tuesday, yesterday and today as well. They say that the protest will continue up until Friday. They want to avoid the centenary celebrations from taking place. As you would know, that President Jacob Zuma is expected to deliver the keynote address at the centenary celebration on Friday. Some of the concerns that they are raising is the issue, of course, around money, but more specifically the issue around bursaries. So speaking to some of the students, and what's interesting about this protest is that these are students who are linked to different political parties and student arms. You have DASO, which is linked to the DA, SASCO, the ANC, the EFF Student Command, as well as PASMA, which is linked to the PAC. And they are saying that there have been bursaries that have been allocated to various students. However, though, the money has not been paid out, and specifically the stipend. One student that we spoke to said that when a bursary is given to a student, of course, they receive a stipend. Let's say, for instance, it is 1,000 Rand, and since March, since schooling resumed this year, they haven't received that money, and that's the money that they want. I understand that the Vice Chancellor, Mr. Tom, has issued a statement saying that they have addressed some of those concerns, and saying that the institution has also ran out of money. And reading a DASO statement that was released earlier on, they said that they're very angry at the way that management is treating the situation and trying to come to finality. And when you look at right now, for instance, is that all the banners celebrating the 100th centenary or 100th anniversary of this institution are going up, and preparations are going ahead.
But Aldrin, is the protest not now hindering the preparations for the centenary celebrations from what you've observed on the ground?
Well, from the people that I've spoken to who have been here quite longer than I have been, they've told me that some trucks have been turned away. I tried to walk into the institution where the main event will be taking place, and I can tell you that it seems as though the preparations seem to be quite underway. You have the two marquees that are currently being set up, as well as the main hall where President Jacob Zuma will be delivering the keynote address, and where all the alumni will be sitting. That seems to be quite secure. There's security sitting outside that event, but there is that level of concern that come Friday that there will be disruptions. And speaking to some of the students here, they are quite adamant that that event will not be taking place. I understand from my colleague Busi, who was here quite longer than I have been, that about 700 students have been granted permission to be part of the centenary. There are concerns that even during those, should the event go ahead, that event will be disrupted as well.
Look, Aldrin, we spoke to Busi earlier, and she did say that some students have even threatened to burn some stuff if their demands are not met. Have you seen any police in the area to try and monitor the situation there?
Well, actually, on my way driving to this area, I saw a water cannon, which is normally used during such protests, passing by. I just saw it again passing by as well. And as you drive into the area, there are Metro police officers situated not too far from the entrance of this institution. But nothing really violent that we're seeing right now. There's no violent disruptions like what we saw last year during the Fees Must Fall protest. If you remember, this entrance as well was damaged, and the university had to cough out money to make sure that it revamps the university entrance, as well as some of the affected areas ahead of the centenary that was on the 8th of February. That was the official centenary, which was on the 8th of February, when the event was taking place here, when Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi delivered the key lecture on that day.
That is Aldrin Sampear, live to us at Fort Hare University in the Eastern Cape.